Their fleet surrounded Earth and disappeared before sunrise. Admiral Kextar had seen civilizations crumble before his fleet's might. Planets that surrendered at the first sight of his dreadnoughts. Species that begged for mercy through quantum transmissions before his ships even entered their star systems. But Earth was different. Earth was silent. The human homeworld hung before them like a blue marble, seemingly defenseless. No orbital defense platforms, no fleet formations rushing to meet them. Just satellites, primitive communication relays, that continued their lazy orbits as if unaware that death had arrived in their system. "Scans complete, Admiral," reported his sensor officer, her reptilian features twisted in confusion. "Population, approximately 8 billion. Technology level, barely spacefaring. No significant military presence detected." Kextar's mandibles clicked in satisfaction. The hegemony had been right to dismiss humanity as insignificant. These creatures had only recently achieved basic fusion drives and were still confined to their single star system. Their largest ships were cargo haulers and research vessels, toys compared to his kilometer-long warships. "Standard protocol," he commanded. "Surround the planet, full blockade formation. We give them 12 standard hours to surrender unconditionally. Then we begin bombardment." 300 vessels moved into position with practiced precision. The pride of the hegemony's Fifth Fleet arranged themselves in perfect geometric patterns around Earth, their weapons trained on population centers. Cities sparkled like jewels on the night side of the planet, soon to be ash. But as the hours passed, something nagged at Kextar. The humans hadn't responded to their ultimatum. No desperate pleas for mercy, no offers of tribute, not even acknowledgement that the fleet existed. Their communications networks buzzed with mundane chatter, stock prices, weather reports, entertainment, broadcasts, as if the largest armada in galactic history wasn't holding them at gunpoint. "Sir," his communications officer hissed, "we're detecting unusual energy signatures from the planet's surface." "Defensive installations activating?" Kextar asked, finally expecting the terror he'd grown accustomed to. "No, sir. It appears to be industrial activity. Massive industrial activity. Power consumption across the planet has increased by 300% in the last 6 hours." Kextar's blood ran cold. In 40 years of conquest, he'd learned to recognize the signs of a trap. But this was different. The humans weren't building weapons or shields. According to his sensors, they were manufacturing on a scale that defied comprehension. As Earth's night cycle progressed, the energy readings climbed exponentially. Entire continents blazed with industrial heat signatures. Deep space sensors detected massive material movements within Earth's crust: iron, titanium, rare elements streaming toward processing facilities that seemed to be constructing themselves in real time. "Admiral," his tactical officer whispered, "we're detecting structural changes to the planet itself. The humans appear to be hollowing out sections of their crust and replacing them with something else." The first sign of what humanity was building came at 0400 hours, ship time. A massive structure began rising from Earth's Pacific Ocean. Not a ship, but something far more ambitious. It climbed through the atmosphere like a metallic mountain, its surface bristling with geometries that hurt to look at directly. "What is that?" Kextar demanded, his science officer's voice cracked with fear. "According to our analysis, it's a gravity manipulator, sir. They're building a gravitational lens array. If they activate it..." She didn't need to finish. Every species in the galaxy knew the theoretical applications of controlled gravity fields. They were considered impossible to build, requiring materials and energy sources that no known civilization possessed. By 0500 hours, 7 more structures had emerged from Earth's oceans and major landmasses. The planet's surface was transforming. Before their eyes, continents reshaping themselves as humanity's hidden industrial capacity revealed its true scope. The energy readings were now off the scale entirely. Kextar tried to contact his fleet, but found that his communications were being redirected, not jammed, redirected. Every transmission his ship sent was somehow caught and rerouted through an impossible maze of gravitational fields that stretched the signals across space-time itself. At 0530 hours, the humans finally spoke. The transmission reached every ship, simultaneously bypassing their communication systems entirely and speaking directly into their minds through quantum field manipulation that shouldn't have been possible. "Thank you for waiting," the voice said, calm, polite, utterly human. "We apologize for the delay. We weren't quite ready for visitors, but you've given us the motivation to finish a project we've been working on for some time." Kextar found his voice. What are you?" "We're human," the voice replied, as if that explained everything. "We've been watching the galaxy for a while now. We know about the hegemony, about your conquests, your methods. We decided long ago that if you ever came calling, we'd be ready." Around Earth, reality began to bend. The gravitational lenses activated in sequence, creating fields that folded space-time like origami. Kextar watched in horror as his mighty fleet, 300 of the most advanced warships ever built, began to stretch and distort. Not destroyed, not damaged, but relocated. Each ship found itself alone in empty space, scattered across the galaxy's edge, their formation broken, their connection to each other severed, all except Kextar's flagship, which remained suspended above Earth like a museum piece. "Your ships are unharmed," the human voice continued conversationally. "They're roughly 50,000 light-years away in various directions. Their crews are safe. It will take them approximately 200 years to return home, assuming they can find each other. We thought that seemed fair." "Impossible," Kextar whispered. "You keep using that word," the human replied, and there was amusement in the voice now. "We don't think it means what you think it means. You see, Admiral, you made a crucial error. You assumed that a species confined to one star system was primitive, but we've had our entire civilization's development focused on one very small space. Do you know what happens when 8 billion creative, competitive, slightly insane humans spend 2 centuries with unlimited resources and nowhere to go but deeper?" As the sun rose over Earth, Kextar saw the planet's true face for the first time. The blue marble was gone. In its place was something that defied description, a world that had been completely transformed into a single, massive engine. Continents had become circuit boards. Oceans pulsed with energy conduits. The atmosphere itself flickered with controlled plasma fields. Humanity had turned their entire planet into a machine. And they were just getting started. "Your species has a saying," the human voice said as Kextar's ship began moving. Not under its own power, but guided by forces beyond his understanding. About not poking sleeping giants. "Admiral, you just woke up 8 billion engineers with a species-wide case of cabin fever and a really, really bad attitude about bullies." As his ship was gently but inexorably pushed out of the solar system, Kextar caught one last transmission from Earth. "Oh, and Admiral, tell the hegemony we'll be in touch. We've been stuck in this system long enough, time to see what the neighborhood's really like." Behind him, Earth's sun rose on a world that had been transformed overnight. And somewhere in the depths of space, humanity began building something even more ambitious than what they'd already accomplished. They called it a Stargate network. The galaxy would never be the same.